Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. My name is Cass. I am part of the Radqueer community. Now, if you don't know what that is, don't worry. This video is about what the community is. I wanted to make this video to help educate those who are confused about what it is or don't know what it is, and to help new Radqueers to understand the community better. This video will be in sections. Radqueer as a word is just a shortening of radical queer. But when it comes to the meaning, there's a lot of debate. As someone who is part of the community and has been for a while, here's the generally accepted meaning. Radqueer is an ideology that aims to be radically accepting of all identities, including transIDs and paraphilias. It is also accepting of all types of plural systems, all queer identities including good faith identities, and is pro-ship. So what's the debate about? In the Radqueer community and the paraphile community, there's something very well known that most people in those communities hold as a stance. It's called a contact stance. A contact stance is someone's opinion on whether people should act on paraphilias. The debate is often about what contact stance is part of the meaning of Radqueer. The answer is simple. There isn't one. The Radqueer ideology doesn't include a contact stance. Although it's possible that the official coining of the term Radqueer may have included a contact stance, the definition of the word has changed over time. It's evolved. Most Radqueers recognize that anyone with any contact stance can label themselves as Radqueer. Outside observers of the community often claim that the term Radqueer is inherently pro-non-consensual harm, including things involving children and animals. This is not true. A very large number of Radqueers, most Radqueers in fact, do not believe that non-consensual harm is okay, and they don't believe children or animals can consent. Most of them, because there are always going to be those people that have the other opinion in any community. A trans ID is an identity in which someone is currently not something, but wants to transition to being that thing, or feels as though they are internally that thing. This includes many identities, including those listed on the screen. Transgender is a very well-known trans ID. Many people think that trans IDs that aren't transgender are not valid and make a mockery of transgender folk. Now, I'm not going to say someone's opinion isn't valid. However, trans ID folk do not aim to make a mockery or fetishize anything that someone else has to deal with. So, why would someone identify as a trans ID? It's simple: atypical dysphoria. Now, many people have never heard of atypical dysphoria. In kin and Therian communities, however, it is something commonly discussed. Atypical dysphoria is dysphoria that is not in the norm, like gender dysphoria somewhat is. Dysphoria is not something one can control, and many people choose different ways to cope with their dysphoria. Many people choose to ignore it. However, there are plenty of people who use labels to help themselves feel more comfortable, and there are some who choose to transition. An example of this is this woman, a well-known trace advocate. However, people rarely respected her. She transitioned a while ago and was living as the race she felt connected to, but was exposed as being trace. So why is being trace or trans-age something that is not offensive and harmful? For the same reasons that being transgender isn't offensive and harmful. Many people think that being transgender is faking being a woman or man. However, there are also many people that know that being transgender is being true to yourself. So is being trace and trans-age. It's important to note that most, if not all, trans ID folk don't claim to have the actual experiences that the identity they feel connected to have lived with. They may, however, transition to this identity and experience some or all of the experiences that the people who are cis their identities have experienced. Atypical dysphoria is not made up. Many people experience it, though it may be grown out for some. That is what a trans ID is. To conclude, I'd like to remind my viewers that I am putting myself out here to bring awareness to this highly prejudiced against and stereotypes community. Radqueers are not monsters. Radqueers are people too, and they live their lives just like anyone else. I'd also like to remind everyone that wishing death upon a person, especially when you don't fully understand their point of view, is a terrible thing to do. So I'd appreciate it if you don't leave death threats or general threats under my video. Alright, that's all. Thank you for watching, and I hope you stick around for the next video. Thank you!